Hey friends, good morning. Uh, so yesterday I couldn't able to come, even though I promised, because of some. So we got some, termites, at my flat. So we call these termite agencies, right? They kill these things. So they came and then we have to take off all the goods and then they did that spraying. It the whole day is gone. It's like too terrific, um, uh, hectic and terrific at the end of, because we got removed everything now. It's very clean. Okay, so let's give a minute to join others. If someone join, please keep pinging me, and posting me your questions so that we can talk through. Okay. I will also. This is the kind of initiative I'm taking up. I'm still getting the kind of questions like this is one of the comment. Okay, let me read it out. Hi, sir. Please, sir, I have just started preparing for business analyst, and can you please guide me the roadmap? Okay, so by seeing this, I don't know. I mean, see, I've tried to given my best to my videos. If you go one by one, from beginning, definitely try to answer all these sort of questions, and then we have done these kind of sessions also, right? What which kind of education you are in being, and then where you can go further, so if you are done the BSc or MCA, that kind of job profile, then BTech and then MTech, where you can go, right? Or simple graduations, BCA and all that also, and BSc computer science, BSc IT, that also. So but yes, if you're not you're not able to locate those videos from my playlist, I'm here again to talk over thing again. Okay, but yes, today's topic is the as a business analyst, documentation skills. Okay, so the documentation skills is highly important in the any kind of job role, if especially the business analysts, technical writers, even the architects, and then testing as well, because every role, if you see in their day to day, they have to produce a lot of document. If I talk about the business analyst, I mean, in not in the yes, thank you Trushil, thank you. uh, Same to you. So yeah, so even though you see the lot of documents a business analyst has to create, so if it is not the agile scrum, it could be the the waterfall model, right? So in the waterfall model, of course, the volume is high compared to the agile scrum documentation production. So in waterfall model, if you are there, so and then you are a senior resource, then you must be involved in the proposals as well. When I say proposal, it could be the request for proposals, request for quotations, request for information, etc., that kind of document, and then scope document creation. So every document is having its own template that you have to keep on interacting with the client, as well as your sales team, your leadership, okay, your side. So all together we come up with these proposal documents, these scope document. But a core responsibility of a business analyst, if I say, the core documentation starts from the BRD. In many of the organization, they go with the BRD document, because other roles they already have who is taking care of these proposal documents, etc. But yes, some organizations they may expect you to play that pre-sales activities as well. So as you grow in your careers, 15 years of experience, 20 years experience, they will put into that role, because they understood you're mature enough, you're able to handle the clients, you can involve in the proposals document, because you've handled many projects, you know how these projects works, etc., etc. But if you're a fresher, definitely they will not you put into that, because the quality of document in these proposal documents are very high, because it's directly going through the client, and they will read through, and then there will be no single chance you can keep for the mistake. Otherwise, on the mistake document, they will give the sign off, and then it will be a trouble for in future during the project execution. So it has to be very nice, clean, crisp, tight information, and then it must be thoroughly reviewed, and then it go for the client approval and all that and sign off. But as a business analyst, normal, say 5 6 years experience, 10 years, till 10 years of experience, I will say, if you are working in a waterfall model project execution, then you have to prepare the BRD document. And then the BRD document, I think I have given already the detailed video on the how to create the BRD document. You can go and watch that video. So it is, I have given the table of contents, each table, each heading, what kind of information you can go and fill that, right? So it is start with the introduction. You can talk about the problem statement of the client. So you can discuss with the client. So you can ask, so hello sir, madam, or you can call by the name. If the so much IT culture, you can, if you're dealing with the government bodies, you can still keep say sir and ma'am. I mean, but if it's international clients and all that, they don't want to hear sir and ma'am. You should call them by their names. So you can say hey Mark, uh, or hey Peter, or anybody, right? The names you can call out, whatever their name is there, and then you can start discussing their pain areas. The pain areas is the generation of any requirement, of any software. So the moment they try to elaborate their the problems could be their business problems, the problem could be their operational problems, execution problems, right? So first problem could be categories like they are not doing well in their business. It is 2 point. If they are not doing in their business, it's not 100% because of their IT and operations they are not able to do that. It could be possible their product is not good, their after sales service is not good, or it is not being advertised well, so that it had reached out to the people, right? It could be any reason. But the moment it is because it is being analyzed and identified, it is happening because of they don't have a proper software to run their daily operations. Yes, that's the place you will be, as a business analyst, you should talk to them. You should understand how they are controlling and running their day-to-day operations. Example, they are purchasing some raw material, they are putting into the manufacturing unit, and then they are producing the products, and then they will be pick and pack and wrapping and then shipping and transport, and then post sale service, the customer care. So if there is customer service, right? So in this whole thing, if you see, there is a software requirement which will control their raw materials, that will minimize their waste. It will also maintain the number of productions they are doing. So it will be having a close eye, the software will have the close eye, how much products they are manufacturing based off how much material, raw material is used. That way they will be able to come up with their P&L analysis, profit and loss analysis. And then the pick and pack process, how they are, it is like production is ready, it is produced, it is kept side, it is been rusted, or it is been getting waste, right? So that's also a very big problem. So how much production you have made and it kept into the warehouse, that's again how much quickly you have to pick and pack and keep it ready for the shipment. So the shipment, so demand and trace, that supply chain management, that's also another software, that how many customers you have tagged, how many supply requirements you have received that you have to ship to them, those customers, how many purchase orders has been given to you. So these kind of things, if you have a good tracking, you will be able to estimate, okay, how much demand is coming, that way will be based on your production. So based on demand, you can basically directly proportional to your production. So software is required at that moment. It is highly required thing. And then so if you are also shipping that products to the customers, then also it's a traceability of that, how which truck, it's fleet management, this is called fleet management, FLEET, fleet management. So how you are loading those goods or products for shipment, who's the driver, what is the vehicle number, what kind of vehicle it is, which route it will follow, where it will go, how much time it will take, does it require any special care during the transit, etc. Some products are required to be cold storage, so if that vehicle is a cold storage certified, It is equipped with the what we call refrigerator and all that inside. Like you see this milk, how the milks are coming. It may be coming from the Haryana. If you are living in Mumbai, so you may not be having all these dairies within the Mumbai. It will supply and fulfill all the milk needs within, right? So Parag or Mother Dairy, Amul, or some local brands, state level. So these products are milks are coming from different areas, and if it doesn't keep into the proper storage, cooling storage vehicles during the transit, it will spoil in middle of the track, right? So that's why fleet management is again a very good software. That's now every company who is dealing in the kind of supply chain management, they must be having these kind of products supporting to their day-to-day operation. So as a business analyst, you should be discussing these things with the client, understanding their pain areas, and then come up with the proposal. That's the requirement, business requirement, pain areas, process gaps. These are all things you define in the BRD document. Okay, so the detailed video is already there. Day one or day two, I think somewhere is there in the it's let me show you. I mean, let me just figure it out. Content. So I can I can post that video, link also here. Don't worry. So that's a BRD document, I can say. Okay. So the BRD document consists of BRD document is consist of uh, the business needs, the problem statements, their as is process, and then to be process. Okay. So uh, the the objective of the BRD document is to capture their business needs, the business cases, the target audience, and then the as is process. The as is process will contain how they are managing their day to day operations today, as on day. Okay, and then to be process. The to be process in your that's you remember the cross functional diagram I was talking earlier. So that we have a dedicated video on that also. Okay, cross functional diagram, please go through, find out from that business analyst checklist. Okay, so the as is process you will draw on the BRP, and somebody called BRP, and somebody called I know business process diagram. Okay, so you capture these swim lanes, roles, processes, and then you draw the line who is doing what, when it is doing, and then is there any condition that you will define, and then how it is flow is directing. And then as a business analyst, you will be able to try to find out what are these process gaps. To example, if they are today is a manufacturing organization and they are also managing their supply of these goods, if they don't have the production or warehouse management system, and they are keeping all these things on the record on the paper, right? They're writing, oh, as today's shift closing time 9 p.m. ist, total number of production happened so far today, to 2000 units, that they are keeping in the record, and then closing the file. And then now this is being done by the warehouse manager, and there is no transparency how much production is happened today to the maybe the production manager, or to the owners, right? I mean, they don't have visibility. They have to call to that warehouse or production manager, boss, how much unit you have done today, is there how much loss you have, how many are damaged, etc., etc. These are information are not transparent. Everybody has to approach through phone or in-person visit, and then they will be able to find out. Rather than, if in their existing process, if you introduce one warehouse management, that will take care how much production you have done and involved in your warehouse, that will immediately give the figure. And the management is might be sitting or traveling through through air, or he's sitting some across the any globe, any place. He will open a web, that the software, right, web-based application, whatever that cloud-based application that you have developed, warehouse management, and then he will be able to find out, okay, today production total this much. And then similarly, within their process, if it doesn't have the supply chain management properly, or the customer demands, how they are raising, how you are supplying, the demand and supply, right, there is no proper software is there, or that also being managed on paper, that's a problem, right? So if the management is having, or the owner of that company is having all these on his dashboard, okay, so for demand, these many orders each, and then total order, product count is 1,000, and today in your warehouse there are 2,500 available products that you can ready that are ready to ship. Then simply you will be having, okay, there is you are able to just fulfill all these demands so far, and then you will not be over production, that will turn into waste in future, right? So management, what the management want, they want a transparency, they want this information on their fingertips. They can open these things through web, on mobile as well, or they're having a laptop or tablet, they can open and see. So for running their business is very important, they will be turning and shifting their business, their operations on the software, and that's where the business analyst is, right? So business analyst, that's the one of the major responsibility, guys. Okay. Uh, Trushil has posted one question. Yeah, one doubt. As for your information, I'm pursuing my BSc. Okay, BSc IT degree. Okay, no problem at all in third degree, and passionately striving for this role of business analyst, project manager, PGM, etc. See, leave about the project manager and PGM, because with the BSc degree, definitely it not be possible. You should be having at least a master degree for these roles. If you are going a first job as a project manager or a PM, right? If your experience 10, 15 years, 20 years, definitely then whatever the education you have doesn't matter, your experience matter. Okay, so if you are pursuing a BSc IT, definitely I will not suggest you go and apply for project manager and PGM, etc. That require different skill sets, and that can be learned through your experience, or with your master in business kind of profession. Okay, that you have to learn, join that course and then learn it. Okay, so business analysis you can start. So business analysis doesn't need any very specific qualification or something. I remember those days where it was very hard and fast. Candidate must be a BTech, candidate must be MCA, then only they go for the interviews, etc. But I think now, since this is a work from home culture of post COVID, a lot of global opportunities are also came in place. So there is no problem. Okay, as long as you are strong in your subject, as long as you know what the day-to-day things in the business analyst, what roles and responsibilities in different methodologies you have to play, what kind of tools a business analyst used, what kind of documents it has to BA has to produce, how the client relationship it has to build, how he has to talk, he has to note down the things, how he has to send the MOMs, right? Made a full ownership. If you are able to show this confidence to the interviewer, no problem at all. There is no education very specific requirement for BA position. That's why I keep on say, as long as you are strong in the BA concept, nobody will stop you. Okay, and that starts with the basics. I don't know. See, these are this time I seriously don't understand. If you doesn't know the basic, tell me how you will survive in an organization. You for 4 5 months, 6 months, you may not be getting that kind of work, but in definitely some phase of your job, you definitely been asked to do that basic thing. Then you will be looking for some other phase. Boss, can you please help me? Or you will be calling to some of your friends and all that. How to, boss, I got this thing, how to do that. So go with your basics. That's the concept, right? If you're good, strong roots, it will, how many number of talls you are tall, and number of floors doesn't matter. It will be stand steady. It will not fall. So that's the concept. Okay. So I will request you, Trishil, to focus on the business analyst roles, that jobs, and you can try out for the uh, work from home kind of jobs as well, India as well as abroad. You can. It's very global market nowadays. Very global. Okay. So next point is, so I wanted to know whether if doing an internship related to this field will be more effective, or solving projects and case study will be more beneficial to me. Yes, I mean, see, if your internship means you are joining a kind of institute who can basically allow you to play that role of business analyst, and it will allow, it might be having a 1 or 2 person or 3 person as a developer, QA. I mean, he's having a 4 or 5 person setup in his institute. There you can assume you are a BA and they are the team for you to, and then you will be able to come up with the requirement and discuss with them, and then get these requirement deliver. They will deliver, you will test and verify, and then demo, and then say you have done this software working piece. It's well and good, because that's a practical knowledge you will be gaining. And see, try to be accommodated in an organization who is basically hiring a fresher. So you are a BSc IT, right? You are still studying. So I will say, you focus on your study, parallel you learn these things, and then try for the interview for such organization who are looking for a fresher BA, 0 to 1 year. Try for that, right? What is the problem? Try for such organizations, and then that will be very realistic, experience you will be getting, if you are going in a kind of a real IT organization rather than an institute or something. Okay. And definitely, going through the case studies and all, it's always, see, case study is a mirror that will show you your true face, your true knowledge. So not your true face as well as your true knowledge. So case study will tell you, allow you to understand that case study and come up with that requirement, come up with the use case diagram, come up with the sequence diagram or cross functional diagram, come up with the BRD document. So for one use case, which is I think 4 or 5 lines, you can create a BRD document, you can create FSD, SRS, everything you can create with the understanding whatever is mentioned in that use case is that the only scope. Don't assume anything beyond that use case. Do this as much as you can. Do this, no problem at all. Okay, that will give you the confidence how much knowledge you have today. Okay, and now your next question. Also, I'm very familiar to this role, and this is totally process oriented occupation. Okay, good. Hey, Kamle. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining. Can fresher become business analyst? I see some article on LinkedIn require IT professional. Now, if not, is uh, I think I'm reading the full context here. Yeah, IT experience. If not, then it is impossible. I can see some article on LinkedIn required IT experience. If it is not, then it's, yeah. So in LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, start with a small organization if possible. If you are really not confident, you can getting hired in a good service based, great service based organizations. I mean, they have a different, domain and all. They will start asking domain and all experience. Even the fresher, I don't know, they will be requiring any fresher. It's very typical to get into these kind of organization, right? Accenture, Deloitte, and all that. Seriously, what kind of projects they handle? It's all US based projects, financial projects. As long as you are from the financial background, you have done the this one, right? Finance, not finance, I mean this accounting and finance and related some courses. You will be more eligible rather than you will be having a BSc IT, I will say. They prefer that candidate who understand that domain. who can talk to that their client better and with better understanding, rather than they're visiting a BTech IT and he doesn't know the subject knowledge. So domain restrictions come sometime. So I will suggest you start with that organization doesn't have that restrictions. They are strictly seriously looking for a BA fresher who can learn and then contribute for that organization for their project. Try with that, and there are a lot of organizations. And on LinkedIn, it will be little not possible, but on Naukri and Monster.com, it is possible. I was also right sometime fresher. I got that time through Naukri only. Naukri is very helpful for such kind of jobs. Next part, Kamle, yeah. I am BBA second year, live in Pune. Okay. One internship opportunity is there. So I am done theory course, 1 2 hours course only. Okay. Theoretical knowledge. I mentioned this is my resume. Can my resume shortlisted? No, 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 no. That doesn't. It doesn't work like that. See, any company will not hire you if you just say you don't have a practical knowledge. See, practical knowledge, even they don't ask you to be there because you are a fresher. So don't mention that you don't have a practical knowledge, you have theoretical knowledge only. You say, I understand this subject. You can ask me the concept, not theoretical, the concept. You know the concept of the, you know the tools and technologies. You know how which tool is used, which documentation, what kind of diagrams we can produce with these tools, which document we prepare, which phase of software development life cycle, what is agile, what is waterfall. If you know these things, they will be asking these questions from a, they will not ask you the practical knowledge. You are a fresher. Getting me, Kamle? You are a fresher. They know you haven't worked so far for any IT organization. Why they will ask you theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge, sorry. Why they will ask you? They will not ask you. If they are asking, it means their job description and their expectations is different. So before applying to any position, definitely you should be checking their JD. If the JD is saying you must have handled some IT projects, you have done the business analyst job in that project, you have delivered some software. If that kind of JD is coming of fresher role, usko namaste bolo. It means they're not the right. Their GD and expectations are different. Okay. 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 So Trishil, yeah, one more question. I think you put it. Also tell me about how you cope up with the internal politics in your organization. Is there such a thing which you face in your? Yeah, of course. See, so politics, you are living in India, across the globe. Yeah, seriously. I mean, this is the thing. You cannot be you cannot uh, you cannot expect like it you will be living without that. Okay, it will be everywhere, it will be in surroundings. So next to you sitting as a candidate, right, or colleague in your office, it must be might be try to spoil your relationship with your manager. Is if it is afraid of for your progress, your knowledge, is jealous, it could all possible. And sometimes the politics is like see, peer to peer politics you can handle. That's where the you should be having the ability to read the people's nature. If you see that person is really messy person, he's jealous with your capabilities, your success, and then keep away such. Don't talk to them. Keep as much as distance with them. Don't let them allow to part of your discussions, your personal life, etc. Leave it. Keep them aside. Okay. But sometimes the politics comes from the manager. Yes, that's the right point. So the manager, sometimes they like few candidates of your project. I mean, they might be working together since long time. They are more close. If you're not a liquor, you're not taking liquors and all that, and you're better your manager, and that those candidates are taking those liquors, they're having a more bonding compared to you, right? They are always sitting outside the office hours, so they will be discussing and all that. So such kind of things, definitely you will be some kind of discrepancy, biasness you will be able to see in during your project. So keep that's how to tackle them. So I will say again, don't talk so much to that project manager. Keep on doing your right thing in your role, so that if even your project manager even try to figure it out some mistakes from your work, try to blame some others mistakes to you, you should be standing with perfection, with the study. You have done all these expected things from your, and that is very perfection way. You cannot blame me, and you can take this whole thing to the seniors, superiors, the next to the PMs, HRs and all that. That way you will be able to save your life. Getting me? And then one more thing you have to do, this is very important, guys. I'm telling you, this is very important. If you see such things in an organization, never keep the discussions on air. What does it mean? Any decisions, any work, well, work allocation, any deliveries, never keep on air. Everything should be documented. When I say documented, it could be the documentation you prepare, as well as keep the discussions, decision making discussions, any kind of tracking of your progress, etc., through email. And always loop your project manager. And that way, if somebody, your project manager, someday try to say, oh, you haven't done your job, then you can just go and show that sent items, boss, see, this is what I have done so far. And if you really was having a problem, you could have notified me on my previous day's emails. You could have told me, right? Oh, boss, you are not doing the correct thing, this is wrong, and or your suggestions and all that. Why didn't you raise these points before? So at the end of everything, you cannot say, come and me, oh boss, you haven't done the work properly. Boss, I'm looping you every time, I'm sending you all the updates every time. And this is the bar, this is we have done, this is I am working, this is I have uh, kept for future work, this is okay, this is for the approval email, see, you haven't approved yet, or you have approved. In both cases, the project manager of such kind of mentality, project manager will not be able to point it out, or you will be having always the proofs with you, you can show to the HR or seniors, boss, see, I've sent them, see, the approval emails, I've sent these documents for the review, he never did that, and now he is coming, you have not done the provide properly. That way you will be able to handle the situation. So every time you should be discussing the things, not on air. If you are discussing offline on air, over phone or in person, and come back on your desk, send that as a MOM in the email. In IT industry, email is the savior, life savior, I'm telling you. Okay, so please don't keep the things, project related things, on air. You should be documented in a form of document or through email. That way you will be able to prove any point of time you have did these things. Okay, and in time, it will be having a date and time stamp. Somebody asks, when you did this, share the BRD document, show me. You can go and send it from the sent link. This is the date and time I sent you for the review. Why didn't you review, and why didn't you approved? It is pending with you, not with me. I have did my job. Correct me, right? So That's the way. Okay, so BRD document was the topic. Again, I will repeat. So the and the BRD document is very essential. The first phase of the last of software development life cycle, where you will be collecting the business needs, customer, their problem statements, the as is process, and then to be processes, where you will be having a BPM in diagrams. You will be showing that cross function, right? I told you, you can find in the previous videos and all that. Okay, so BRD document, once you done, next time we will talk about the FRD document and then the SRS, and sequentially we will do these top level, and then Agile, Scrum methodology, scale design methodologies, etc. I will tell everything. Okay, waterfall model also I will tell you again everything. Don't worry. Trushil, one more thing you said. Also, more important thing. Do you really think that this job role will get saturation? No, never. Even though so much you see this the chat GPT, AI, etc. coming, right? See, AI is not going to, and GPT is not coming and sitting and interacting with the client. So client will, GPT will capture their problem statement and all that. He is not going to write the code, and developer will, and then chat GPT is not, or AI is not going to tell the client requirement or client problem statements to the developers, what kind of software he is expecting, and you have to code it. It's a business analyst or product owner who has to understand, analyze, document, create user stories, etc., and then feed these thing information to the developers. And developer will, and then you have to explain this same again to the developer. Boss, this is what expected. Then he will go and write the code. It's not like a chat GPT or AI will be narrating all these client requirements to the developers. So don't worry, okay. And then automation of testing. See, automation testing also somebody has to write that automation script, bhaiya. So don't worry. So there is there is no ending of these roles. Okay, guys. Okay, product owner, product manager, business analyst, is it will be there for forever till the IT is industry is there. Okay, don't worry. Also study that questions where there are more requirements in India or Canada. Crucial for me to choose as I have both options. Go for Canada, right? Go for Canada. The better life. So the living of standard is great in Canada, right? The good air quality, good fresh water, the play areas, the sceneries, the atmosphere. It will be little cold, but it's a great place, I will say. And then you will be earning in the dollars, right? Pound, right? What is going on? Canada dollar only, Canadian dollar. Yeah. So earn for 5-10 years, come back in India with a hefty amount, and then buy a good villa and then settle, right? Right. So enjoy, guys. I mean, I will say I will recommend go for Canada if you're having the choice. Get married there if you're not married yet. Get the citizenship also. What is the problem, yeah? So it's take all these opportunities, guys. Okay, so these things will not never come again in life. Okay, so why are not going over these as can get by work permit, right? See, I'm not. See, it's not like I'm not applying there. Of course, I mean it's a good place to go. But once you married, you will having a lot of liabilities, other things, schooling, kids schooling, and all that, right? Then it's a very big change. You have to sold out your house. You have to sold out your car. Kids' education. You have to shift. There's a lot of problems comes. That's what, if you are a fresher, if you are means not, and you are unmarried, basically, why they say the right word, unmarried, then it's a better chance to go and settle in abroad. Do get married over there, that girl, that country girl, or from India, and then get settled there. Get your kids there, so that plan your kids there, so that they will get automatically the citizenship, etc. So that's a good place. Okay, so it's everybody's trying, to get settled outside, go for 5 years, 10 years, and then get some good amount of money, earn it, and then come back. See, ultimately you have to come back to India. Why I'm saying, you will not get that much freedom other than India. I was in Sydney for some time. I know what kind of restrictions there. It's a lot of restrictions. But definitely the other things are good. And because of those restrictions, they are beautiful, they are clean, they are good. It's having a pros and cons. Here you can see people are peeing out outside, spitting, throwing their eaten food and throwing out on the road. There is no there is no civic sense, I will say. The civic problem. If you know, we have also the signs, right? Do not spit, do not eat this, do not litter, etc. But who follows? In abroad, they will follow seriously, and they will make sure you will following the things seriously. That's the only difference. Okay. Hey Shubhi, Malik, how to analyze risk analysis in BRD or particular project? BRD, in generally in BRD document, you can define the risk. Yes, you can define the risk. Generally, we can define these things in SRS, because when the risk is something is related to your software, I mean towards your delivery. So in BRD, you can high level, you can define the risks is like client availability for the discussions. That you can mention high risk if they are not available. Boss, if the client is still not available, then how to whom you will interact and collect the requirement, right? So that's the biggest risk. And then infra, if the client is not providing that infra requirements, or to deliver this to I mean, you will be developing this solution, but they don't have an infra to run that software. So that's a risk. So risk always has to be mitigated before the project is released. So if the client doesn't have the IT infra, they will be getting those done. IT infra thing. They will be installing their desktop, laptops, etc. in their office cabins. They will be give the trainings to their employees how to operate these softwares and outside, and you will be also giving the training. So some high level risk, availability of the client for discussions, requirement discussions, sign off, etc., and then availability of the IT infra, and then capability of their employees to run that. See, most of the IT government organization, sorry, when you deliver a software, it's a very hectic job to give them the training and then train them how to operate the softwares. That's the biggest challenge, because they are the people who are working, on ledgers, pen and paper, etc. They don't know how to operate the computer. That's the biggest problem. So in such organization, you will be highlighting this as a major risk, so that their government or people, they should go for some training before you are landing with your software for the use. They should be at least and having the training of basic, how to operate a computer, how to turn on, turn off, how to open a software, how username, password, etc. Okay, there are some legacy people, so we should be give the training to them. So yes, this is the BRD. We can keep this kind of risk information. Otherwise, SRS is the best place to keep all kind of risk, infra related risk, software related risk delivery related risk, okay, security related risk, environment related risk, software configuration related risk. It could be anything. Okay. Hey Ashish, thanks for joining. So can you highlight the key difference between FRD and SRS? Okay, I will talk on this on next topic, next day. Okay, I will come on next Saturday for sure. This weekend I got some messy work. I explained in the beginning of the video as well. So let's talk on FRD in next live session on Saturday 11 a.m. sharp, and then on SRS Sunday, same next day, we will talk on the SRS as well, and then you will be able to differentiate between these two. But if you don't want to wait for that time, I have already created a video for FSD, very detailed, and I have already discussed these points already, difference and etc. I have already discussed. So you please go through meanwhile, and then definitely I will bring more information on those next Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. sharp. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and then keep on learning, keep sharing these videos with your friends, the people who are enthusiastic to become a BA Okay, they want to learn and go from the one by one on my video, day one, day two, day three. It's having everything. It's having all the information. You don't need to go and pay to any institute, B institute, etc. Don't need to. If you, I promise, I commit, if you go through one by one all these videos, you never need any kind of institutions and all that. You don't need to pay. Okay. Bye bye, guys. See you next week, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. sharp. Thank you, guys. Keep learning. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Happy Christmas to you all. And then we will, yeah, New Year will be on Monday. I don't know, but yes, we will meet before New Year. Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Thank you. Happy Christmas to you all. Thank you.